A few weeks ago, we reported on this channel that the Biden White House was looking to set up a team of TikTok influencers to basically campaign for them and reach the Gen Z vote. Well, it turns out that some of that team, the Brandon Avengers, have now assembled, and they're now out and making TikToks. Some of you might have seen these guys, but here they are. I want to show you guys this. This is the Brandon White House TikTok influencer, DNC, whatever. This is their influencer team. So this is what they have set up to reach the youth vote.
Donald Trump, the disgraced, twice impeached, once indicted former ex-president, told 30,000 false or misleading claims through his 4-year presidency. That's over 20 a day.
And on top of that, he has multiple criminal investigations from the state of Georgia, from the Department of Justice, from the state of New York.
I think all this clearly shows that Donald Trump is the most anti-American U.S. president in history.
Okay, so, you know, the first thing I notice here is actually, like, where's the diversity? I mean, serious question. You know, this administration touts the fact that they have the first ever gay black woman secretary. That's not even a meme. Like, they actually, that's true. Press secretary. And, you know, they're the ones lecturing about how we need our ESG approved quota of, you know, 50% of your workforce has to be gay, black, trans, Apache helicopter, Autobot, Decepticon, woman, non-binary, alien, ET, Terminator, cyborg, trans, gay, black. So, you know, but you look at their TikTok team is 2 white guys. I mean, serious question here. I'm actually kind of surprised because, I mean, I'm not saying I care on a personal level, but you would think, it actually kind of baffles me. Like, where are the black people? Where's the lesbian, trans, black, queer, Autobot, Decepticon, woman of color? They're a bit lacking. And so that's the first thing I noticed. But here, let's play one more of these to show you again. This is the Biden White House campaign, whatever, TikTok team that they have set up.
This is a message to all the Republicans funded by the NRA, and this was inspired by a fantastic paper written by Chloe. Let me tell you something. Gen Z has sat by and idly watched.
I think this is actually Bryce Hall, if I'm not mistaken. This is Bryce Hall.
As our friends and our family members are killed in schools and a gun epidemic has overtaken this country. We have sat by and we have idly watched over and over and over again as you value NRA money and the right to a gun over our lives. But this is what you do not understand. We are no longer watching. We are now voting. We are now in the streets, and I would be scared.
Bryce Hall is not happy. Why is Bryce Hall screaming at me?
Your time has come, and 2024 will be ugly. We are over this. Martin was a 14-year-old boy at Stoneman Douglas High School. He wanted to grow up and be in the Navy. He got shot and killed. You took away his right to be safe in school and grow up with life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And I promise you, you should be scared for 2024 because we are coming. We are coming.
Okay. Well, okay. We are a nation under hostile occupation by theater kids. You ever notice that? You ever notice every single Gen Z liberal political activist gains attention by just being an overdramatic, emotional performer, right? You have Greta Thunberg. How dare you? How dare you? You have David Hogg. He got his career by yelling. You have Martin Luther Queen in Tennessee, or I think his name is Justin Pearson. That's his nickname. His real name is Martin Luther Queen. All of them. It's a regime of theater kids. So I think that's the explanation.
Donald Trump,
like
the disgraced. This is a message to all the Republicans funded by the NRA, and this was.
And then of course, you know, you have Dylan Mulvaney. Dylan Mulvaney, by definition, is a theater kid. But, you know, I will say, though, in all fairness, as stupid and as clownish as it is, what the Biden admin or campaign or whatever is financing this is doing here is smart. They may have not necessarily picked the best, but maybe they did. Who knows? But it's still a fundamentally smart thing that they're doing. Like, I see someone in chat said, well, why are we taking TikTok seriously? See, but that's part of the problem, though, is it not? because, say what you will, but they're making a serious play here for the youth vote, for the Gen Z vote, and to turn them out and to reach them, right? The reality of the situation is, as big of clowns as these guys are, they're on TikTok, they're on the platforms of the youth, and they're reaching not thousands, they are reaching millions and millions of kids every single day. And I've said it on previous streams, and I'll say it again, just in general on the whole issue of influencer and influencer media, where is the GOP on this? Nowhere to be found, right? Now you have, they're actually lucky that they have, obviously, people like me, right? No, I'm not saying that in an arrogant way. I mean, I genuinely mean people like me, right? Young people going out here talking about politics. But, we're not on any GOP payroll or whatever. And they're also lucky that they have organizations, right? They have, your Turning Points, PragerU, YAF, all that stuff that is designed to, do this stuff. But seriously, where is the GOP? Where is any serious action on that front? And you might say, oh, well, Vince, that's because the Gen Z is not a serious constituency for the GOP. Yes, that is true. That is true to an extent. Obviously, the young generations lean more left. But also, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I think there is genuinely an untapped base within Gen Z that the GOP just doesn't get out to vote, right? I genuinely don't think we're as liberal as the millennials. But Vince, the polls say, yes, but who's answering the polls? Who's actually showing up to vote? My whole point is that all of these, frat guys, red pill people, fans of Fresh and Fit, whatever it is, these people would all vote Republican if you handed a ballot in front of them, but there is no culture in that sphere of Gen Z of, hey, you got to vote, you got to be politically involved. Where on the other side, the hyper woke Hollywood pop culture side of things, which is, the other half of our generation, it's a big thing. And then what are the Democrats doing? They're going out there and saying, let's harness that, right? Okay, we're going to pay you. We're going to help you go make content to reach our side of the youth, right? Whereas the GOP, we don't even think about these things. Oh, the young people are stupid, Sonny. I mean, I get it. They are. But also at the same time, I understand you're not, I don't expect, if we get our act together, we'll win 51% of Gen Z in 2024. I'm not saying that. No one is saying that. But let's also be realistic about this. At some point, someone has to start reaching the younger generation, do they not? Because you cannot rely on the vote of old people forever, because what happens to old people? It's a fact of life. They die. Eventually they pass away, right? It's true, right? That's what happens. And so, at the same time that's happening, every single year, more and more young people turn 18, and those who are older than 18, more and more of them become like voting age or involved in politics. Because that's another aspect, right? Not everyone who turns 18 actually votes, but more and more every single year, younger people are more involved in politics, and the Democrats are making sure that happens. And so, as ridiculous as this is, and it also does go to show you that it's easy to beat, right? You have to give Biden some degree of credit. At least they're thinking, not Biden, but, his handlers, at least they're thinking about this stuff. The GOP, to some degree, that crazy lunatic screaming on the screen is right, because there is a time bomb ticking against the GOP, and it's driven by Gen Z, right? And like I said, I don't think that has to be inevitable. I think there is a significant portion of our generation that it would vote Republican if you gave a ballot in front of them. And I'm not just saying that because I just believe it. I'm talking about the popularity of, fraternity culture, fresh and fit culture, red pill culture, all that stuff. I'm just saying those people, I guarantee you, none of them vote. None of them are like politically educated, right? And regardless, even if that sphere of our generation didn't exist, I would still say you have to somehow figure out how to make inroads, right? The GOP doesn't do that. They don't take it seriously. Well, okay. Again, let's hope, all you boomers, don't pass away, okay? Stay alive till 150. We need you, obviously. But it's like, what happens when the time bomb ticks? I'm not saying we're going to red pill everyone overnight, But at least if we spend several years trying to make inroads with young people, we'll reach some, at least there's some seeds planted. And who knows, maybe when they're older, a little bit more balanced out over time, it'll kind of skew the whole situation in our direction. But we can't even do that if we don't try, right? And so, you know, that's my thing on this. As stupid as they are, as ridiculous as the theater kids are, you do have to at least point out that that party is trying institutionally to reach young people, and ours is not. So it's easy to laugh at this guy. It's easy to laugh at Dash Dabrowski. Don't you know Republicans are... But the GOP is crickets, right? Just something to think about. Hey guys, Vince Dao here. Hope you enjoyed that clip from the Vince Dao show. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And be sure to check out the Vince Dao show live every weeknight here on this channel at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It is a great show. Many are saying this. So leave a like, check out our other clips